So, welcome to Women's World Empowerment Podcast. I hope you all enjoyed my first episode. Thank you to all of you who tuned in. And today we're here to do the second episode. And I have a lovely guest with me here today. Her journey is absolutely amazing. She's an absolutely amazing person. I've known her for a while now, and she's so uplifting. And her story it exists in the world, and it's a lot to do with a lot of negative energy, or you could call, in other words, black magic, also known as voodoo. Rituals, curses. I mean, these have been going on for many long time, like centuries ago. But this is actually going on, and to me, to be able to interview her and about her journey, and you to get an insight on what's going on, is amazing. So, do you like to tell them about your? I don't know where we start, but I guess where did it all?
No, I think
how do you feel where to start with it? Like, do you remember the episode, like, or the first time?
Yeah, so this is quite a new thing, really, and it's been probably the best part of a year where things just changed, and they sort of changed overnight.
Oh, really?
And that's when I kind of realised, actually, that there's something wrong. It doesn't feel like me.
Yeah.
But actually, when I look back on things, it is a year, and I sort of noticed it sort of March, April time, where I just got to a point and I was like, I don't feel myself and I can't explain what's going on.
That was what, March
this year? Yeah. Yeah, and then obviously I was seeing you a couple of times to just, get certain things done.
Like, when you're going through things, you need to get it out, but also at the same time you need to speak to the right person.
Yeah.
Do you get me with that?
I think this kind of thing is it's quite difficult for someone who maybe doesn't know or doesn't have an understanding to really understand like what's happening and what you're going through. It's not a made up thing. It's real. And when I came in and spoke to you, you got it, and then you shared your story. And so since then we've just connected.
Yeah, I feel like with you, I felt your energy. Well, 100%, I felt your energy, and I'm so proud that she opened up to me. I'm privileged. Honestly, I am. But
right back at you.
But you're going through it. You're still going through it, and you're here. You're here today.
Yeah, and I could have easily not been here, because that's how kind of wrapped up I was in it, and that's the difficulty. I think as soon as you start to feel differently, and I just let it out to you.
So when you say start to feel difficult, can you let the viewers know?
Yeah. So I just started to feel very negative in myself. Like things just were not working out. I wasn't happy, and that might have been whether I was just going to the gym or going out. I never ever felt happy and peaceful. Whether it was you were just relaxing and watching telly, my mind was going constantly, and it was just very negative around me. Sort of whatever I did, it never worked out. And I think that's really important. That and then I also started to speak to somebody else about this, and she just mentioned a few things, and I just thought, oh my gosh, actually she's right. And then we got to the root of the problem, which is, there is this dark energy, but like you said, it could be voodoo, it could be black magic just around me. And as soon as I sort of was told, I got this reassurance, really, that actually I'm not going insane. It's not just me. And people around me started to see things. I just wasn't myself, that happily, smiley, bubbly person. It was always that look on your face where you're just anxiety, your restless.
Was she getting like thoughts running through?
Yeah, the worse that it got because of what was happening was sort of the lowest point, really, was just that constant thought of like, do you want to be here? You shouldn't be here.
Suicidal.
Yeah, it went from kind of 0 to 60 is how I feel. Just all of a sudden I was like, I don't think I want to be here anymore. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm not like that at all. I'm very confident, you know, established.
So you would say suicidal was number one, like you had those thoughts.
Yeah. And then I think the biggest thing was for me was like pushing your close ones away from you. And I just wanted to withdraw, so be on my own constantly, whether that's, you know, family members, friends. I was like, I just want to be on my own. Yeah, so I withdrew completely. And then when you're on your own and you're feeling like that, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get darker. You're kind of in this spiral and you're not in control of it because all these things are happening to you.
Yeah.
And you've not done it. You've not caused it to yourself. I think that's really important. Don't sit there and blame yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
And luckily, I was able to just reach out and talk to somebody, and when they put it into perspective about this is what's happening, it was really scary.
I see your point, because you can't always put the puzzle, you can't, like, we tend to we keep it inside, but it's not important to keep it inside, because you've got to let it out, because if there's any bad energy in there, the only one way is to let it out, because we are energy.
Yeah. I'll come back to the energy because I think that's so crucial, and it's only now I've really started to understand this whole thing about energy and negativity. Yeah. But like at the time it was happening, I wasn't talking, and I was putting on just like a performance at work. I was doing as much as I needed to get by, and only the very close to people to me knew that actually there was this bigger thing that was going on. So I'm, you know, to say it, I guess it sounds like really low, but actually I'm so strong that I dealt with it myself.
You're very strong.
You know, so I did my full-time job, and it's, you know, I've got an amazing job, and I'm a manager, so I'm in charge and I'm in control of things, and you can't let that slip.
But how else did you deal with it? Was you asking the questions? Was you like, why, what is, like, you know, like, these things are going on and you're like, why me, or what's going on?
Oh, constantly. Yeah, even with God, I was angry. I was like, why are you letting this happen to me? I'm not a bad person. I'm a really good person. I do believe in faith, and I think, you know, whatever you believe in, it doesn't have to be God, it doesn't have to be religion. But, you know, draw strength from that. But it was constant. You're just, when you're dark and you're that low, you will just keep blaming yourself, and you're asking these questions that you haven't got the answer to. It's just unfortunate that there are people in this world who are just not very kind, and they're not very nice people.
Yeah.
But don't beat yourself up over that.
So, obviously you spoke about it. Who was the first person you told?
So I spoke to my auntie. Again, I was really lucky to just talk to her.
Yeah.
And my mum. My mum's like my best friend.
Oh,
so I'm really, really lucky to have that in my life. But the issue was the darkness was too close to home. So I had to be the only one that kind of really knew. And when I reached out to my auntie, you know, she said there is somebody that we can speak to who might be able to help.
So she did look for help for you.
Yeah. But that initial phone call to her was a really hard conversation, whereas I was saying to her, I just don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. You got low. You've got, like, I want out. I can't do this. And I think that's when she realised, she was like,
wait a minute,
something's not right. Yeah. And she spoke to somebody, and, you know, it was...
The thing is, with situations like this, when you are feeling like that, people always seem to think it's a mental issue. I haven't got no problem. I'm not, like, saying it like...
Yeah,
but people always... Like, it's not always a mental issue.
Yeah,
a lot. It's not. Like I said, there's a spiritual warfare going on.
Yeah.
Spiritually, through rituals and voodoo and whatever you want to call it, is actually going on. And then I feel like society know about it, but they're keeping it.
Yeah.
You know, they're lying all the time. They're not really.
This is stuff that happens to other people, not you. But, you know, I've told you about it, and I've told a few other people that I trust and that are close to me, and they're all different religions and, you know, cultures and stuff, but they've all turned around and said, we know exactly what's been said, because it's happened in their household too.
Yeah.
So again, I was like, this is going on.
This is 100% going on.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here today to speak about it, because we can help more people. More people need to know how they deal with it, or the first thing to do is speak about it.
Yeah.
Find someone you can go to.
Yeah. It's not, I thought at times I was going mental, and the impact it has been massive on my well-being and my mental health, because that's ultimately what it is.
Your mental health.
Which is really key, and sort of, whatever you can just pick up the paper or magazines and go onto social media. Everybody is saying it. Just talk to somebody, reach out, and if you're lucky enough to do that, that's the first step, and it's the first step to getting you on that road of like, I can turn this around and I can take control back and I can be me.
Yeah, but when you reached out, like, how did that help? Like,
just talking to somebody who was able to just understand and realise this isn't you. You're more than this. What's happened? I was lucky. That conversation initially I had was with my auntie, but even like my friends and stuff, everyone's been like amazing, and it's just that reassurance. And sometimes I just wanted to like close the door in their face as hard as I could, and be like, it's not you, it's not happening to you, don't tell me about, like, be strong and all this stuff. And you just go through phases, don't you, of like, sometimes I can take it, I'm okay, I'm on top of the world, I've got control. And then at other points I just was like, I don't want to listen to you.
But obviously you got stronger. How did you get stronger? Like, where did that inner strength come from?
I have no idea. No idea. Like, a lot of people have said to me, like, you're really strong. And I think life experience makes you strong. That sounds really silly.
Yeah, but, I agree.
Like, there's stuff that I've been through. Like, my mum was really ill at one point, so that was a really tough year. And obviously, you just have to step up, don't you?
100%.
The job I'm in is quite stressful. So again, you become strong to wherever you want to get to, and you deal with it. But you don't have to deal with it on your own. That's the thing. And going to the gym was massive for me. And just, I think, just even doing a little bit of exercise, whether it's a walk or whether it's a class, whatever it is, that made a massive impact on my life.
On your health.
That I was able to just go, and for that hour of somebody shouting, saying, do this, do that, do the other, I just switched off from what was going on around me. Yeah. And so I think, to have a strong mind, you need a strong body, strong soul. It's all linked, isn't it?
So you're saying it wasn't just one thing?
No.
There was
and I love music as well. So like, again, music was really key. Whether you're just driving to work and you've got your tunes on, you've got that like escapism. So you just
poured in positive energy.
Yeah.
Just poured it all in.
Yeah. And it was tough. It didn't feel like it. You could be listening to a song that you really like, but then inside in your head, that you're not happy. Inside yourself, you're not happy. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, I'm at work now, so I've got to work. I'm responsible for whatever I'm doing.
Yeah.
And but then...
how did you come to the point where you broke the curse, or if you want to call it a curse or ritual, or suicidal thoughts? When did that actually stop?
Probably about 3 or 4 months after really sort of knowing that, there is this darkness and somebody has done this. And then I just kind of flipped it and turned it round.
I feel like for you, it's when you found out who it was.
Yeah.
I think that gives you the power.
Yeah.
I feel like it gives you the power. Obviously, you get the power over that person because it's like you've exposed. Like I said, they keep it under the sheet for a reason.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when you find out who that person is, it comes to the light, isn't it? It's like they're exposed.
Yeah, and that
you get the power.
I knew that I just wasn't going to give in and let that person win, and I loved it. So I know what this person has done, and that person knows what they've done to me, but we don't talk or communicate. And what I loved is being able to go back home, and just be like, I'm home, like knowing that person can see that my car's pulling up on the drive. You know what? Like, I'm not going to end anything here, actually. So for me, that gave me great satisfaction. And it's really like, just laughing and being happy and smiling around that person, knowing that I know what you're doing, but I'm not going to let you win. I'm not going to give in to you, because that's just, don't do it. Don't do it.
Just stay strong.
Yeah. Great.
Do you mind sharing something things that she had done, like.
Yeah,
because obviously there's a few things that people want to like really want to know. Like,
yeah, I think the first thing is ultimately it was around taking my happiness away from me. So whenever anybody does this and turns to the dark side, whether that's voodoo or black magic, or it's just jealousy. That's what it is. And when I look at the person who did it, they've got a beautiful life, they've got all the materialistic things, they earn more than me, they've got everything. So, I don't look at anybody and think I'm jealous. If you want something, work hard for it and you'll get it. There's always a way. But for me, I was like, I just don't understand where this jealousy has come from. And then obviously when I found out what it was, and there was more and more things being told to me about from my family, it made sense. And
yeah, she's obviously really in a dark place and connected to a really dark source.
Yeah. The two people I spoke to said, one of them has said that it's for such a young person to be that dark and involved in what she's doing, they've never seen that in their lifetime. And I was quite shocked by that, because like you can walk around London, and I've worked in Slough, I work in East London now, and you get people on the high street just giving you cards about I can give you a love spell, I can give you a money spell, and you just kind of like, I remember one day we walked into the office at work and someone had left them on the desks, and we kind of just laughed at them. We were like, oh my god, this crap is crazy.
Yeah.
But this individual who did this to me, she has gone back a number of times and done certain things, and through the person that I was talking to, I was able to find that out.
I feel like she's caught up in a very dark place. I don't know whether she can get out of it or whether she wants to change.
Do you know what? There was so much hate and so much anger, and I know we're going to talk about energy, but I wished everything back on her. But now I'm much stronger, I'm happier. Like, I know that I've won. Ultimately, I've won the battle. She's not won it. She's just wasted a lot of money.
Just to change.
I feel
and
quite
not do
sorry
this to
for
anybody
her.
else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes to a point, it's like, we all sin, or we've all done sin. I mean, we all make mistakes. We all do things that we're not supposed to do, but we learn from them.
Yeah, definitely.
We learn.
But I think to cause harm to somebody, your intentions are completely different. Do you know what I mean? And even like jealousy, I might be jealous that you've got a beautiful house, you've got a beautiful car. There's, you need to just be mindful, just think, yeah, that is a lovely car. Yeah, one day maybe I will be able to own something like that. Maybe I will need to work harder and earn it. There's just ways of even being just jealous. But
I agree,
you can also look at someone and go, oh my God, you look amazing. Oh my God, your car's really nice. Oh my God, your house is nice.
Why not embrace what they have and feel like,
there's just don't give out even that jealousy.
That negative
even
energy.
That's just,
No, you're right.
But for this person, I can sit here today and say to you, I feel really sorry for them, because I do believe in karma, and I know I can go to bed feeling peaceful, happy. I've got amazing people around me. My life is really good. It's going in a really good direction.
The thing is, people that do all this black magic, they get it worse later on. Like you said, what goes around comes around.
Yeah. I think maybe once or twice I kind of, with the people I was talking to, I was like, what's going to happen to this person?
Yeah.
And they were really good. They were like, you don't send anything like this back. We just break it. Each time that person does something, we break it and give you the protection. And that's what was happening. So
you just kept breaking it.
Yeah, we just kept breaking it to the point where that person isn't around me at the moment. So that's brilliant.
It's worked. Thank God.
It's worked, yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
It's so good to hear.
But so yeah,
there is a light at the end of the dark tunnel. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You just have to keep pushing through that tunnel. Just like what you did. You just kept going on.
Yeah.
Had a good team around. Lots of people. Love, I would call it. The people that were around you, the love is strong. Love is stronger.
Yeah. And I'd had to deal with it on my own. I had to push everybody away. Everybody.
Initially.
Yeah, even my partner, had to just push him away, because it was you know, the obsession and the jealousy was, you know, I want this girl to now have nothing. And then that's what it resulted to. I was like, I need to deal with this on my own. And I did it. And then slowly everything just built back up and it just reversed.
How do you feel now about it? Like, do you feel...
Now I can sit and smile and I can I can talk to you about it.
You can talk to me about it.
But like at the time it was, you know, I went through it and I feel like I went through it alone, that no one really understood, you know, and it impacts everything, like your sleep, the way you look, the way you feel, the way you interact with people. It was just, it impacted my whole life in so many ways. And I was really lucky. My closest friends, my best friends, all just said, why didn't you reach out? And I was like, because you know what? And I think this is really important as well, that when I look at somebody, say if I was going to talk to you, I know that your mum, you've got a business, you're busy, so I don't want to be a burden either. And so actually just going to the gym, just doing that walk, doing whatever I needed to do, just get through each day. It's one day at a time. You know, the issue was really complex and it's so dark and dangerous.
It is.
That I just knew that I couldn't fix this and it's not going to be a quick fix overnight.
Yeah, it's not something you can do on your own. But you did put all the work. Obviously, like you said, you was going to the gym, you was going for walks, you was going out in the universe, you was just putting the good.
Yeah.
I feel with you didn't fall to the dark side. Like you know, it can happen. You're quite strong. You stayed positive, and you followed.
And that took a really long time.
Took time.
Yeah, it did take time, and it's a constant battle, like in your head, in your mind, of like, do I just give up? Because that'd be so much easier, wouldn't it? But to face the problems and just think, actually, I'm not going to let this person win. You know, I've got so much to live for.
So how do you get by? Like, how is it now for you? Like, is there anything you're doing to help you just heal and just be a better person, a better version of yourself?
Yeah, I think it's understanding things like energy. You know, like I think at the time I found out it was happening, I turned to somebody who really did help me, and you know, I don't think I would have got through it without them.
And who was that? Well, not the name, but like what type of person was this?
So he was like an Indian kind of specialist, like a yogi, who you know, deals with this kind of stuff. But I do have to say that now I can reflect back on it, that I was so dependent on him at times. And now I can sit and say, like, when you think about energy, if you're feeling low, everything's changed.
Everything's changed well. There you go.
But it's really important as well not to be that dependent on anyone that is helping you. Like, be strong yourself.
I 100% agree with that. That's what I'm kind of going through with my life, not just with my life. And I think everyone should be like that with their life. Take control of your life. Yeah. Because it is your life, and you only get one life.
Yeah. And it might be that you go to a spiritualist person or a religious person or a yogi, whatever it is, they're not going to be there.
If it works, continue it.
Yeah.
If it works for you. But like, it's not something you need to do all the time. Yeah. But you might have a calling.
Yeah.
Which I feel...
Yeah.
Because you're going to get those... We're all going to get those days. You all get those days where you're like... Oh, do you know what I mean? Yeah. You lose track. Because it's the way we go to work and everything, our lives, we lose...
Yeah. Just don't be dependent on them, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Don't be dependent, but...
You know, don't become so attached that, like, you lose yourself again. You know, because I think, again, you know, I know a little bit about kind of the Indian culture and through friends and people, they've told me about, you know, they're not Indian, but they, you know, they're other religions, and they talk about stuff, and they can be that dependency that I've helped you through this situation and now you can't do anything, you need to talk to me each time you're going to make a decision about your life.
I feel like, don't be in that trap. I feel like it comes, you got to be independent and work for your, like for me, I just follow my heart.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah.
And then I write things down.
Yeah.
And manifest. I call it manifestation.
Yeah.
So I write things down because words are spiritual.
Yeah.
So you can be your own story. You can be your own. You're creating something for you. So
I think like with energy,
have a handbook.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
what I follow. So like, if I'm
we'll give everyone a list at the end of like all these things that you
having
need.
a handbook has been the best thing ever. For me, I'm not really materialistic, but for me, in this last 3 years, I could honestly say it's my handbook.
Yeah,
that would cost me £1. No, literally cost me £1 from, I don't know, pound. I can't remember where I bought it from, but literally, writing things in that handbook, manifesting, which is priceless.
But even like writing down things of how you feel if it's a bad day or, you know, something's happened, don't speak those words out loud, just write them down, you know, because that was the other thing I was being told to do as part of the kind of fixing the problem, if you like, was don't face this person. And my anger can go from 0 to 60. And I just wanted to flip out. Like, I'm very strong. If I've got something to say, I will say it to you.
Yeah.
But the difference now is if I've got something to say to you, I'll think about how I'm going to say it to you.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to leave being upset or hurt by what I've said.
You're in tune with your feelings now.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah. And that was really hard. But I think ultimately that's really helped me.
100%.
As well.
And I find I do gratitude. That helps big.
Yeah.
And you just appreciate the little things.
Yeah. Yeah, like definitely.
You just appreciate just to wake up in the morning. Like,
yeah. But even when this was like when this was happening, it was because I was quite withdrawn, but it would be like the dog at night who stayed with me. So I was lucky to have him.
Yeah.
But him just cuddling up to me just gave me that comfort and peace. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes it is looking at the little blessings that you might not think, but actually he was my little...
Yeah, because it's the little things, the big things. When you often, like, if you do the little things in life, the big things will come anyway.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out, like the big things will just come.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't just, you're not chasing for it. It will just come.
Yeah.
You didn't even do anything. It just...
Yeah.
You know, have you had that? Like, sometimes it's just there. Like, you've got it and you're like, you didn't... How did that happen?
Yeah, how did it happen? Ooh. Yeah. I think God's really important, like you were saying, like, oh my God. I think when 100%. It was happening to me, I was a bit like, how can God do this to me? I'm not a bad person. I don't deserve it. I've not done anything to anybody. And I've definitely not done what they've done. Like, this was completely new. But then again, as you know, over time, things just change. And when you get that understanding, everything
agree.
kind of flips back on.
I feel like when you're sort of person that you're a good person, you don't feel like doing any bad to anything, and you're like, you just wouldn't think a person would do such a thing.
Yeah.
And then it happens to you, and you're like, no.
Yeah.
No,
that's exactly
no way, no.
Yeah. But do you know what? It's also things like just go with your gut feeling. Go with like whatever, because my gut feeling,
I do that now. I never used to go with my gut feeling, but now
I think that's so important. Yeah. I think everyone is good at reading somebody. And don't get me wrong, there's people who will obviously take advantage and not be very nice. But with this individual who was doing what she was doing, I knew straight away. And I kept that to myself. That I remember just looking at her and I think I said it to one of my aunties and to like my mum and cousin. And it was a bit like, I don't like this person. She looks evil is the words I use, which is so mean. You know, it's not so nice. Mean. But that's how I just felt at the time. And you know what? That never left.
But you were right. That never left
me. Yeah. And then I was so right. Yeah.
You were so right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's magic, man.
Yeah.
That, like, you were so right. Like.
Yeah. I think always go with your gut feeling. And I love it. I love people watching.
And it's true. And I was told, go with your gut feeling, put your hand on your tummy. If it feels not right, then don't. That's your gut feeling. If it's not feeling right.
Like, you can always wait, can't you? Like, sleep on it all. And I did that over time. I tried really hard to have this relationship with this person. And then it just got to a point where I was like, oh, I'm done with this now. I can't do it. And, you know, I didn't react very nicely. And I get it. And then everything just flipped. And so this dark stuff that was happening just got worse and worse and worse.
Can you remember a point when remember a point where you knew she'd done something to you? And you knew it was her, and how did it make you feel? Like, what did she do? And can you remember one, or you can?
No, it was just like, it's a number of things. Like, it was just like, you know, like somebody came to the house and everything was really like good, everything was really positive, and then when that person left the house, everything wasn't going so well, and I thought, that's really odd. And even the way that, you know, like she interacted with this person, it just wasn't very nice. It was a bit like, what's the problem? I don't understand. Like, why didn't you greet this person the way that you should have? And it was fine. And what was nice is that people saw that behavior. And you know, then somebody said to me that wasn't very nice, and I was like, yeah, I know, but we know it's fine, it's okay. And then that's when, you know, things just started to show, and then it just got bigger and bigger. And then there were things like, I just didn't want to drive my car. And, you know, luckily, obviously, with the person that I was speaking to,
did she put anything in the car, or did she do any?
No,
because I know,
yeah,
they can put things, you know, in your room or in your car.
Yeah. So I was actually given something to eat.
You see?
Yeah, so
she put it in your food?
Yeah, there was something that was put in my food. And again, that was quite difficult because I couldn't even tell you like when it was done.
No, you never know when it was done. You'd just be like, oh, food, let me eat it.
Yeah, I'd like go to the gym, I'd get home, I'd be starving. So I'm like, I need to eat, and I'd just
I need to eat
like
food.
A fat pig. And then all of a sudden, and I think that was it. That was the point where...
That was the point. She got you. That's when, at that point, did you feel weak?
Yeah.
Like lifeless?
Yeah, I just felt really, really low.
Weak.
And that's when then...
and you didn't know what it was, because you weren't sick, but there's just this weak...
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah. It was like the energy, the negativity. It was just like...
And you were like, what is it?
Yeah. And then speaking to the guy in India, he was able to then say...
what did he actually say?
He said that it should definitely put something in my food.
Did he tell you who at that point?
Yeah.
Oh, so he was good.
Yeah. He, from the first conversation I had, and from him just talking to me, he was able to identify who it was. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
But I think that must have made you best you thought.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you like serious? Like,
are you sure?
Because it's someone quite young as well.
This person's close to me.
Yeah.
This is real.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Because they had access to you know, like the food I was eating and stuff, and
they put it in the food.
Another person that we both talked to, she was the one that told me, actually.
Oh, she's lovely.
Yeah, she's amazing. But she said to me...
Did she say exactly the same?
She said that person had gone into my bedroom and taken something of mine.
You see.
And again, nobody would know what that was. But again, I was very lucky. And then she used the words, she said to me, I think, why am I thinking black magic? And I was just like, what?
So she used the word black magic.
So as soon as she said black magic, that's when I think I got worse. And that's when I then had the conversation with my auntie, and then she said, okay, we'll find somebody, don't worry, it's okay.
How quick was that? So this was this back in March?
Yeah. This was like February, March time. Yeah. I'd say, I mean, they've believed, the people that have told me, and I was really good because I was able to, they were both telling me the same thing, so I didn't feel like I was being played or anything. Does that make sense?
They confirmed it.
Yeah.
So you knew.
Yeah. And
it made you like open your eyes, because you're blind to all this.
Yeah.
You're not gonna know.
No, no.
Your eyes are blind.
No.
And then two of them confirming it.
Yeah. Was just
you're not blind again. You're like.
Yeah.
And that's what gave you that strength, that first.
Yeah. Initial... Talking to them, it was like that reassurance of like, it's not just you, it's okay.
It's okay.
Like, you know, and it is like, it's fixable. But the only thing I would say is like, you know, we were talking about like being dependent and like the attachment. And if I'd known stuff about energy like before, that I know now, then you know what, I wouldn't have let it get me the way that it did, if that makes sense.
100%.
You know, because like, you know, when you're feeling low,
babe, you know how to break a curse now.
Yeah, literally laugh at it, like smile at it, and then send it back to whoever sent it. Yeah.
I'm always doing it.
But it's like before, I was like, no, come and live with me. Like, I can look after you. Like, it's fine. No, it's not fine.
Knowledge is power, babe.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It definitely is.
100%. Like, obviously this woman has done this to you. This person has done this to you.
Yeah.
Is she a woman?
Yes, she is a woman, yeah.
So, I'm just thinking, like, will she ever change? Like, what is wrong with people? Why is people in the universe doing these type of things? Like, it's just, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's just, I think it's just like jealousy, and the word that this person used with me is like, they're obsessed. And I was like, but I don't understand why.
What is she obsessed?
They've got everything in more than what I have. Do you know what I mean? But it was just, and they said it could be.
But she hasn't got your heart.
No, and that's like.
That's what must be.
Yeah.
It must be your heart.
And, you know,
because you've got a lot of love around you.
Yeah, and just like, you know, being like happy and smiley and bubbly, and, you know, like the way that you interact with people and family and friends, and again, I say what I think as well. And I think, you know, just because we didn't have the same beliefs and thoughts, and it was all about power, you know, that I was kind of, you know, just being told to sit quietly if we were watching telly and not say, you know, what I was thinking about the time. You know, sometimes you're watching stuff or you're listening to things, and you'll just make a statement, won't you, with like,
yeah,
and
100%.
it can be like really random, like, oh my god, that person's so annoying, or oh my god, what is she wearing, like, you know, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
But I was, you know, politely told to just sit in silence, really, you know, because and again, that's not normal.
No, that's not normal.
You know, and I'm not saying it to kind of like get you to agree or change, or sometimes you can say something and it can be funny and everyone will laugh, and again it's like, well, why is everyone laughing? Because I don't think it's funny. And you're like, you can't, it's control as well.
Yeah, these people, they want power, control, jealousy, envy.
But I think what you were saying before about, you know, like growing up, I always thought it was something that happened to other people. And actually, as I've got older and the more people I'm talking to from different cultures and backgrounds, you know, like you just get it. And it's like, you know, I notice things like, you know, even like the evil eye that sometimes people wear, you know, things like that, they catch my attention. Or I know that like a lot of Indians wear different stones for protection and things like that. And like we talk crystals and stones as well, don't we?
I mean, I've got mine on. It's nice and warm. But a lot of people don't believe in crystals, but it helps me. Yeah. I just wear a protection stone and it helps me.
Yeah.
I feel like it's different. It depends where you've been, like for you and me, because we've been through what we've been through.
Yeah, yeah.
We want protection.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you not?
Yeah. And it's whatever works for you as well.
Obviously, God is number one. He's number one. Like, he is number one. But also, I want protection.
Yeah.
Because it's out there. It's real.
And it's like cleansing as well. Like, we talk about that as well, don't we? Like, you know, if you're feeling bad and your environment's bad and dark, then how are you going to get it to be like positive and happy and want to be in that place? So I think it is whatever works for you, but it's about that energy. You know, like if you're feeling low or you're feeling upset or you're in a mood or whatever it is, and then you just like, you fester and fester, don't you? And it's all you think about 24/7, whether you're cursing or whatever it is.
See, with me, I try not to curse. I'm very careful with my words.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, see, I love swearing, and it's really bad. I will swear quite a lot.
God doesn't want me to swear.
No.
So I tend not to. Very rare. Very rare now. It's literally nearly zero.
Oh, wow, that's really good.
I know. I feel like I just try and speak the word of God now.
Yeah.
Because if you are, it gives you wisdom. He gives you wisdom. He gives you the wisdom. Wisdom comes from him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get it through the energy.
Yeah.
Like you saying, because your vibration's now gone right up.
Yeah.
You're never going to go back down.
No. And it's like, even if you're feeling angry or upset or sad and, I don't know, something's happened that you're not happy with, you know, you've broken a nail and you're like, oh my God, that's the worst thing, that's it. Or something's happened to the car, or you've gone somewhere and they don't have an item in stock that you really wanted, or like your hair's not right, or whatever it is. Like, you can be angry. That's a normal feeling.
That's a normal feeling.
You know.
But you've got to know how to go into your feelings. With me now, like, I just see it as I'm blessed. Yeah. Okay, I've got a car, I can drive it. I'm blessed. I've got a house. I live in it. I'm blessed. Yeah. There's people. What I tend to do is always give people that are lower, like not lower than me, or it's not a good word, but
like charity
or homeless. I try to give. The more you give, the more you feel blessed. Yeah. Like you feel blessed for what that you can get your hair done.
Yeah.
That you can get your nails done.
Yeah. I can come to you and be like, fix me.
Yeah. And I feel blessed that I can make women look beautiful.
Yeah. Helping people in need is like massive.
I feel like if everybody put that as number one.
Yeah. And you know, like, this is about women and empowering women. If this dark stuff is women doing it to women and you just want to say, like, get a grip, what are you doing? What's our purpose? Yeah. And there's no need to be jealous. And you can say to somebody, like, oh, I think you look really nice, and really mean it, and not be jealous. You know, because I do that. I'll look at people and go, well, her outfit's really nice. I didn't really think I could wear anything like that. But do you know what? I'm going to go and try it. And I'm not going to be that person. I don't want to be them, because I'm me and I'm happy being me.
You can only be yourself. You can be a better version of yourself.
Yeah.
But that's down to you to be that better version of yourself. You can't, not somebody else. They look good because they look good. They're somebody else.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're all beautiful.
Yes.
To me, there's beauty. Well, obviously some people haven't.
Some people are. That's debatable. But even like I said to you with that person, now I feel sorry for them. I do feel sorry for them.
Is that how you feel about it? Yeah.
I feel really sorry for them. But I think if you're somebody where maybe you've experienced this, or you're just thinking about it, just talk to somebody, like, get 100%. It out. And then from there, take back your power. Don't give it the energy, because that's the worst thing you can do. And that's what I was doing. I was making it worse myself. And when I knew, actually, like, you learn about energy, and you learn the strategies of, you can think something negative, but then you pull yourself back out of it. You know, I am going to be all right. I am okay. I have got friends. I do need to be here. And slowly you just start to take those steps and turn things around.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, writing things down is really good.
100%.
Don't speak the words. Don't say the evil. Don't say the nasty.
No, don't let that ever come out.
Yeah, but just write it in a book, and then when you're done, just rip that page out.
Journalise it.
Yeah.
I've still got all my little handbooks. Yeah. I've got a few, because obviously you fill it out.
But even with manifesting, like you were saying, like, you can write down and be really grateful. Write down what it is you want.
I love it. I do gratitude.
Yeah, but you can also, if you're just feeling upset, it's one of the strategies I use at work. If we get a complaint and one of the officers can be a bit upset about a parent complaining about something, for instance.
Yeah.
Then we always say to them, like, go and draft an email, but don't send it. Just go and draft an email. Get all your feelings
Keep it in
out.
The drafts.
Yeah, and then you just delete it, because then you know what, your mind's processed.
You've got it out.
Yeah.
Put it out. I tend to, if someone said something about me, I take it in and I write it down and I send it back to sender. I know, but I have to protect myself, babe.
Yeah.
Because words are spiritual.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. So if someone's just said something, I know I've had a few times, like, this is why I'm very careful who I'm around, because words are spiritual. So if someone's saying words that are not nice about me, I send it back.
Yeah.
And then I try and close the door on it, because why would you want to be around someone that says words, not nice words to you?
Yeah.
Why would you want to be with someone like a friend, boyfriend, husband?
Yeah.
Why keep a person around you that's saying horrible words to you, about you?
I know a lot of like people, and especially the friends and the people I've spoken to, have like gone through this experience where they say they try and keep things as private as possible now. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just like that evil eye, isn't it?
I'm very private.
And somebody's intentions.
I'm private, but I'm also an open book.
Yeah.
If you know me.
Yeah, that's very true.
I'm private, but I'm also an open book, because I've done things where I'm very open.
Yeah.
And then it's just, like you said, the jealousy has come in.
Yeah, I think you're an open book, but I think we're the same. It's to the appropriate person when you've got that connection. To the appropriate person,
because when you're too open and you're too nice and you're too honest, it can backfire on you.
Yeah.
So like you said, to the right people, like you know, oh, I'm going to go to her, because if I tell her, she's going to give me good information.
Yeah.
I have my people I speak to, I go to.
Yeah. And like we've both got faith as well, so we believe in God. I think that's really key.
Yeah, God is 100% the key. Yeah. And out of all this, and out of everything you've gone through, it's 100%.
Yeah. Like they say, don't they? God gives the strongest battles to those that can cope with it. And sometimes I think, well, I've had enough now. Like, give me a break. Put me on that beach so I can go and relax somewhere and just chill and not have to think about anything. But then at other times, I'm like, yeah, I can deal with it. Like when you look back,
I feel like
we're strong.
As women, we are very strong, but I feel like you said,
we're women doing this to women, aren't we? Like, that's not okay.
No, it's not okay.
It's not.
Because as women, we should be coming together, helping each other more love, more connection.
Yeah.
Because I feel like how me and you connected.
Yeah.
The love is there. Do you know what I mean? Like the love is there, and that's the reason why we get on.
Yeah.
Because it's there. And we need to connect more with people like that. Yeah.
And it's just even saying to somebody like, you look nice today, your hair looks nice, or your nails look nice. Or just saying those things, just send out those compliments, lift another woman, because you don't know what she's going through. Like they say, behind every closed door is a different story. We're all on a different journey. Yeah. But as women, just, you want to just stop.
Uplift.
Yeah.
Uplift. 100% uplift, because you never know, like you said, you never know what another person's going through. And it's hard if you're going through what you've gone through. It's hard. Because you feel like you just feel suicidal.
Yeah, it was
suicidal. Yeah. Suicidal thoughts, literally suicidal. And you got to remember, a lot of people actually commit suicide.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
because you hear about it. People commit suicide.
Yeah,
and it's from. They might say it's mental illness, but you know what? It's most probably black magic.
Yeah, I think it's what they've gone through that had the impact. Yeah,
there's a curse.
Yeah, and there is help out there, but and we're saying that you can get help from whoever it might be. It might be from God. It might be like I had to contact somebody in India, and like you've contacted different like priests or pastors and stuff who've helped. But I think what we're saying is just you can only help yourself. So as soon as you know or you feel it, just talk to somebody, just share it.
Yeah, I was like you. I shared it.
Yeah.
I shared it. But obviously you share it with the right person.
Yeah.
It takes time to find that right person. It takes time but like you.
And I felt like I had everything. I was on top of the world. And all of a sudden, everything around me was just like moving away from me. And then all of a sudden, I was just looking back and I'm like, I'm on my own. But I wasn't on my own, luckily.
Yeah.
And that's the turning point. That whoever you do turn to, you find that inner strength from somewhere, don't you?
Yeah.
Everyone's got something to live for.
Yeah, 100%. It's like you hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
You do hit rock bottom, but doesn't mean because you're hitting the rock bottom doesn't mean that's the end of the road.
No.
I feel like people give up at that point where you got to that point and you didn't give up. You climb back up.
Yeah, and just reach out and talk to people. Like, I've got no problem with anyone contacting you for me
100%.
or whatever, you know, and, you know, I'm happy.
I'm happy to talk.
Like, just, just
any way
listen.
I can, 100%.
But it all comes back to, like, just, you know, don't give it energy. Know that it's going on. Leave it in the background. But you know what? Just get through it slowly by yourself. Like, use those strategies of
journal.
Yeah. If we got through it.
Journal, 100%. Positive. Put out positive energy, like with your words, affirmations.
Yeah. Like, it's energy's like massive. Like, I was speaking to this lady about like chakras and cleansing, and you know, she was just like very enlightening. And we obviously speak to another lady as well who's like amazing. So I was just like listening, and I think all of a sudden it just like it clicked. And it's, you know, you are what you eat, you know. And that person said to me like, oh, you don't really go outside for walks and stuff anymore. And I'm thinking, well, it's because it's cold, mate. I don't want to go outside. But like, even just going out and getting that fresh air, going for that walk, going to the gym, because they said to me, they were like, you've stopped doing stuff for you. And I was like, oh, yeah, that is so true.
You do lose yourself. Like, for me,
yeah.
I went to see the lady that I go to. I did go to see her a little while ago. But it helps me. Honestly, it helps me. And then she'll kick me back, you know, like you need to connect more to the source. Meaning whatever the source is for you.
Yeah.
Mine's God. Like, I need to pray more. I need to ask him more. Give me wisdom.
Yeah. And do you know what? I think that's so key. Sorry to interrupt you. Like you said, just about ask the question. Like, as silly as it sounds, but ask for those signs. Give me a sign that I'm going to be all right. Give me a sign that things are going to get better. And then all of a sudden, you'll see that sign, whether it's, you know, like the lady I was talking to was saying stuff about like numbers. And she was talking about like, I cannot meditate at all. My mind is constantly like going through stuff. And then all of a sudden, like, I found something on my phone from one of my previous holidays.
Yeah.
And like, I'll share it with you, and it's amazing. But it's just like me on the beachfront on my own. The sun's coming down, and I'm like walking in Mexico. I'm in Cancun.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that's picture perfect. Like, you can hear the sound.
Oh.
Like, you're connecting. It was just so magical that, like, you know, like, look for those times as well. Yeah. Peace. Where you just think, I'm happy. And, you know, like this other lady was saying to me, like, you know, like, you need to eat green food and colourful food. And I was thinking, what? But, you know, eating stuff, your diet, healthy.
Yeah, is so important. What you put in the body is so important. I feel like that's 100% as well.
Yeah. And again, since I've started doing that, I feel so much better.
Food is energy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love like pizza and burger and chips.
Yeah.
But the healthy food and just that calming, that meditating, just listening to your thoughts.
So so are you doing more of that now?
Yeah.
You're more connected
definitely.
with the source and energy.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing.
And it is empowering, isn't it? And it's uplifting. You know, that if you think happy thoughts, if you pray wholeheartedly, you know, if, you know, you just, like you said, you don't curse or you don't think those bad things or wish upon anyone else, it makes such a big difference.
Yeah, it's made a big difference.
To you.
Big difference. Yeah. Game changer, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the truth. It's a game changer.
Yeah. That, you know, like, look at somebody.
I didn't realise how words are so spiritual.
Yeah.
Honestly, didn't realise.
Yeah.
You've got to stop the swearing. I'm not saying like you.
I know.
Make it. That'll change for you if you stop the swearing and just.
Yeah, but even like just being angry, you know, like if you're stuck in traffic, I know that like I was speaking to somebody and it, like they were just going on one because I'm stuck in traffic and I need to get to where I need to be and blah blah blah, and I was like, but no one's going to die if you don't get there within the next 5-10 minutes. Like, you're in traffic, like, just sit and be blessed you're in your own car, you've got heating. Like, you know, like, try and look for the positive.
I'm in traffic, but I'm blessed.
Yeah, in whatever's happening. I'm always late, as you know. I'm always like ringing you.
But I'm blessed. It's always good. Do you know what I mean? It's always good.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to the negative. Negative people are weak people. I have to say it. Positive people are stronger.
Yeah.
But they feed from positive people because the positive people are stronger.
Yeah. Yeah. Be that person that like walks into a room and is happy. Smile at people. If they don't smile back at you, it's fine. You've smiled at them, you know, like, don't change who you are. And don't mirror people. Like, I could have easily turned to this person and said, I want to mirror exactly what they're doing to me.
You could have done revenge.
Yeah.
Because you had you speaking to a person who had the power probably to
but I don't
go that way.
Yeah, I don't.
But you chose.
No,
you didn't choose darkness.
No, because I think at one point, at one day, she's going to have to answer to God, isn't she? About
because you can't darkness onto darkness.
No, that's just a war. It's like no one's going to win.
You're selling your soul.
Yeah.
Sorry, but that's the word after you.
We were like the good and the evil fighting. Do you know what I mean? So my intentions were always just to protect whatever's been sent to me, protect me from whatever's been sent to me, and that's it.
So obviously there is a spiritual warfare going on.
Mm-hmm.
With good and bad, I guess.
Yeah.
It's horrible. But you're so strong.
So are you.
How do you feel like speaking of... How do you
I don't
feel
mind.
like...
Honestly, I can talk to anybody. I'm happy to share what's happened. And I think, do you know what's really important is like reflection as well. Always try and reflect about, you know, if it's just one habit or one thing that you're changing about yourself.
Do you look back though? Do you like... Are you kind of closing that now, or do you look back?
I do. You still have like good days and bad days, you know, where I think, you know, I'm not where they are, or, you know, good things are happening to that person, and sometimes I can feel like, oh, they shouldn't be, and then I just have to pull myself away. That, you know what, it's not going to last forever. One day it's all going to catch up with that person. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but it will. You know, I know that I can go to bed with my family around me, feeling loved. I've got my faith. I'm so happy on my journey to where I'm going to be that I can go to sleep like being peaceful.
Yeah,
this person isn't at peace. They might have everything, but they're not happy.
When you say she has everything, like she
has
a good job.
Yeah, she's got a really good job. She's got she's married. You know, it's all those...
actually got everything that everybody wants, like a house, job.
And it's like, you know, like even that's a really key point as well. And I hope you do a different podcast about you know, like what we think as women we want and what we think other women want, because it's all right to be you and be individual, and I might want children but you might not, or you know, all those things. And it's, you know, for me, I can say that I do want to get married, I do want to have a family, you know, so I can look at, you know, that person and be like, she's got part of those things that I do want, but it's not jealousy.
That's not jealousy.
You know, I'm going to get to where I want to be.
That's fine.
But
that's not jealousy.
No.
But obviously she's married, she's got the big house, the good job. So obviously you would have never suspected it was her. But obviously you had that feeling, like a feeling.
Yeah, I knew from the day that I met this person.
But when you first saw her, did you think, wow, she's got everything that I kind of want?
I don't know.
Did you have that feeling?
I want. No, because I've got a really good job.
Yeah, you've got a good
job. I've got a really nice car. I've got, you know...
all those nice things.
Yeah, all those, like, materialistic little things. Yeah, it didn't... You know, it wasn't like that, no. I didn't ever feel like I need to compete. But obviously they did.
She did, even though she's got all the material things. Yeah. She wanted...
And my niceness and my kindness was just being taken as, you know, everything was getting turned and twisted, and it was never, you know, if you sit and connect...
She didn't like that you had that, like that kindness, that happiness.
Yeah. And I think, when
your
I was
shine.
like sharing
she wanted your
stuff,
shine, your star, you're a star, and she wanted.
Yeah.
She wanted it.
Yeah.
And she did. She was spending money, cash.
This was quite shocking actually, because again, the people I was talking to were able to tell me like, yeah, she's going out of town, she's meeting with 2 different people, and then they're the ones that are obviously doing the darkness. And again, I was just absolutely shocked because I wouldn't know where to go, I wouldn't know what to do.
How would you have? Because obviously you had to spend money too.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, you have to kind of like, to break the spells and the curse and the darkness that's being sent. Yeah, it costs people's time and money.
Time.
But from what I've been told,
what type of curse did she put on you? Did they say?
Yeah, so it was just to take everything that I had
suicidal
away.
Thoughts.
So it was more than that. It was at first it was about me and my partner splitting up. Because obviously we are looking to hopefully get married and stuff.
Yeah.
So
she didn't want you to have a partner.
That was, and when he came to the house, it just wasn't received very nicely.
Yeah.
And so that was, she was, and again it came to jealousy. Her wedding can't be better than mine and all that jazz.
Oh, God.
So that, that was the first thing, and then it was kind of the relationships within the home. So sort of me and my brother, mum and dad, and again, just that jealousy and that control. I want to be in the centre of everything.
So she wanted the attention.
Yeah.
Because obviously she was kind of like in part of your family, so she wanted the limelight, you could call it.
Yeah, just attention the control.
Seeker. Or just the
control. Yeah. And then it got from there. It kind of, we had a bit of an argument.
What, you and her?
Yeah, me and her.
Like what type of argument?
Just like a normal kind of, it was the first argument, so it was the first kind of stuff that we were saying. And again, I did curse and I did swear. But I think I said it in such a nice way. I could have been really angry and I could have been really aggressive. But, I just said to her, have some respect. And I know that sounds awful, and I'm so sorry if I've offended anybody, but it was said in a lovely manner. It wasn't angry, but I think for about 6 months, that was it. I'd reached my point of like, you keep pushing me and pushing me and pushing me. And then from there, I think that's when the dark got darker and things changed very quickly.
From that argument, she went back and did.
Yeah, she went back and
curse.
Yeah, and she was going back a few times because, we knew that we were just breaking everything, and she kept going back and making it more powerful.
How? When you say powerful, how did you know she was making it more powerful?
The guys in India were telling me.
And then you was going through what?
Yeah.
Was you going through?
I guess my thoughts were getting darker and darker. And that's when you were like, I was withdrawing from everybody, and then it came to actually, I don't, do I really want to be here? What's happening? I was out of control completely. Like, this thing was happening to me, but I didn't create it. And I don't think, I know, even though I cursed in that argument, I do not think that I deserved what she's gone and done.
What she went and did.
Yeah.
And obviously she went and spent money.
Yeah, lots of money apparently, yeah.
Oh, because they told you?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's really and I don't know how much people want to know, but it is interesting.
It's so interesting.
Somebody can just keep going back, and
someone can spend, was it thousands or hundreds?
Yes, thousands. Yeah. Yeah, she spent
thousands.
I'm not even worth thousands, I'm telling
you. Babe,
you're
worth it. Obviously.
I'm like, yeah, you could have just given me that towards my wedding. I'd be out of your way enough. Like, and that's the thing. Like, me and my partner in marriage talks with my family.
So she's rich and just used all that money.
But not even that. I was like, he came to the house and stuff. So, like by now we could have maybe even had our wedding, and I would have been out of the picture because I'll get married and move to where my partner is. Yeah, you would have moved. But her just, whatever she was doing was not that. She, and again, I can talk to people and I can say, like, eventually I was going to get married anyway. I would have left my family home, and that would have been just her, my parents, and
Yeah.
But
obviously that's your plan.
Yeah, it just
you want to get married.
It didn't work. Just.
But obviously she didn't. No, she was jealous. She didn't want you to get married. She tried to. She put a curse on that.
Yeah. again, like me and my partner were talking, and I was telling him, I was like, I don't feel right, and I just told him that I was speaking to the guy in India.
And what did he say? What was his thoughts?
He was brilliant. He's really good. He was really, really
He
good.
understood?
Yeah. And he said to me, actually, he said, well, we know what kind of her goal is now. So we also need to be really careful with how we're communicating and stuff. And I was like, that's amazing. Like, okay, this is okay. The next day, we had like the biggest argument ever.
Just broke out of nowhere.
Yeah. Just out of nowhere.
So you knew.
And we knew, and we didn't speak to each other for maybe 2 or 3 months. So from marriage talks,
so you knew, yeah.
You know, which is a big thing in our culture, because, you know, he came to my house, he met my mum and dad.
But it's just sudden.
Yeah, and then that was it. Just
from
like,
marriage talks,
sweet,
and then
like,
next day, boom.
And then we didn't speak and stuff. And like now we're on talking terms, we're happy, like, you know, and he gets it. So that's like, I'm quite lucky that he understands
it. It's just made him strong. He's got the wisdom as well.
Yeah.
Now.
And even like things at work, like, you know, like I'm really happy, really blessed, you know, with family, friends. So it's about that, knowing there is that light at the end of the tunnel, you know, that, yeah, God, you know, he didn't make it happen to me, but he did help and support me through it. Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing. I think we're going to end it here.
Okay.
It's been fantastic having you on this episode too. And hopefully maybe we will have you on again.
Yeah, definitely.
And thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hope you all enjoyed episode 2. If you could subscribe and just like my channel, and I would really appreciate that. And hopefully you'll tune into episode 3. So thank you.